I want to see Henry.
You want to see Henry? Let's
Yeah,
see.
you guys have not been good about sending me any pictures or videos yet. Like recently, I mean.
Really?
Yeah,
So
really. You're in trouble.
we're live.
Okay. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
What?
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine, or get ready for bed, depending on where you're at. Alrighty. Let's start this thing. Welcome to Take It Down a Notch with Rob.
And Lindsay.
Let me move my mic over so I don't go out of frame every time I talk. There we go.
Are you echoey?
Am I echoey?
I think it might just be the part. I think you're fine. I think it's just
Yeah.
the where you're at. It just was like just for that second. It was like a little echoey.
Yeah. Well, so you're not doing headphones, so it's the computer is taking out the echo as you talk.
That must be it.
So, which is good. It's nice to see your ears. Nice to see your ears.
It's a little less warm. I always get really warm with those the over the ear headphones.
Yeah.
It's surprising how like much more warm they make you. Um, and so I decided I'd try it without today because I'm feeling kind of
Yeah.
toasty.
Is it a nice day today?
Not
How hot
really.
today? No?
Poured down rain this morning,
Really?
and now it's just like stuffy.
Mm.
Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes windy. Right now it's gray clouds, but it's warm. It's not very fun weather. It's like this week is kind of a mess. It's like only in the 70s, but this time of day the apartment gets really warm. So
Yeah. Well, it's been toasty here. It's been toasty here. It's
yeah,
gonna be in the 80s all week. So not too bad.
yeah, yeah. It's warmer there than it is here.
Next week's supposed to cool down into the 70s. That next week should be perfect.
Nice.
So not too bad. 80s isn't bad. 80s
Oh,
isn't
we're
bad.
going up to 80s
Hmm.
this weekend. It looks like.
Well, that'd be nice. So you guys had um you guys had a big celebration there in France, huh?
Yeah, we had their Independence Day on the 14th, which this year was a Sunday, and it's not really Independence Day. We call it in the U.S. We call it Bastille Day,
Right.
which isn't even how they'd say it. It would be like Bastille Day or something like that. I can't
Hmm.
remember. And Hugo was telling me a story that he had somebody, one of our friends from church, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Bastille Day," and Hugo was like, "What? Bastille Day, Bastille Day," and he's like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Like they just don't call it that at all. Um, like they've never referred to it like that.
Right.
Um, so they just call it like we do with July 4th. We just call it
Right.
the 4th. They just call it July 14th. And so it's not technically Independence Day
Yeah.
either. Like you're not supposed to call it Independence Day. Like we call it Independence Day, but it's not. But
Right.
whatever. It's basically the same thing. Um, so it's fine. I feel like Independence Day is just the best, other than calling it July 14th, which for people who aren't from here don't know what that means.
Right.
Just like our July 4th, not everybody knows.
Right.
Um, you know. So, anyways, yeah, we didn't do too much. We went camping last weekend already, and that was really fun. We did like a cabin up in the trees at like a
Oh,
big
that's
RV
right.
park.
That's right.
Yeah, and it was along a canal that connects Nantes and Brest, which is the city that Lena was living in part
Hmm.
time. She's I think moved out or going to be moved out next month. But anyways, so we walked along there. It was very chill. It was very relaxed. There was a pool. It was an area of Britannia that had like a lot of really little villages around it,
Right.
kind of close to the sea. But we didn't go to any beaches or anything on Saturday. But we did go to a fun little town. Don't remember the name, but it was one of the more medieval towns, and that was fun to look at. Anyways, then we went home and then we went out for fireworks in Pornic. And that's along kind of like near the sea as well. It's kind of where we
Mm-hmm.
go, where Hugo and I are going right now for like to go to beaches.
Mm-hmm.
It's the closest place for us to like go to a good beach.
Oh, cool.
Um, I think this might not be correct, but you know the San Azeb bridge?
Mm-hmm.
I think that goes to Pornic.
Oh, okay.
I think it like that's the town where it's in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the area. I don't know. I'm not totally sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Um, so we haven't actually taken that bridge. The bridge I'm talking about is like what is it like 2 miles? Close to?
Yeah. It's big.
It's huge. Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah.
But something like that. It's like a 2 mile long bridge. It's very it's or
That's the
maybe a
one we
mile.
sat in the little restaurant right at the end of the bridge, right?
No, no,
No,
that
no,
was
that was
in
in
Austin. That was a little
Pony.
bridge.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No,
No, that's where
no,
we saw with Funk.
Frank. Yeah, we get my bridges mixed up. That's right.
It's okay.
I was thinking of
It's
that
hard.
bridge, but I was thinking we had we ate next to that, but that was a different city completely.
Yeah.
Uh, it's all messed up in my brain.
Oh yeah. No, it's so confusing. Um so yeah. We went there and we got there I think sometime between like 8 I think it was around 9. I think it was
Oh yeah,
around 9 and the fireworks went off at like 11. Yeah, 11.
yeah.
And they went for about 20 minutes. It's very pretty. It's very cool. It's really crowded. There was a lot of traffic leaving the area, and so luckily we walked up and we parked at like the perfect spot because we parked in a neighborhood and we didn't realize that neighborhood it was a one-way street out of there. It would have taken us directly into town into where the traffic was the worst. And had already agreed that if we couldn't get out another way, we were going to sit in the car and watch Netflix or take naps and just sleep in the car for like an hour
Right,
because the traffic was that bad. Like it was a standstill. Like no one was moving. And there's like people and like who knows, probably some of them are drunk. They're probably getting even more drunk, like because there's a few bars and stuff along that road.
right.
It's a holiday, people are partying, you know, like it's dark. There's also a lot of people with kids. Like as we were walking up back to our car,
Mm-hmm.
there was a mom or a grandma or something who had her like I don't know 1 year old son or 2 year old son, and was like he had no pants on and just she held him over the sidewalk like right in front of where I was like walking up a hill, mind you, and she's like, "Okay, go pee," and I'm like, "Excuse me." Can you wait a second? Like, can I like get past you first? Did not get any little boy pee on my shoes, to my knowledge.
Nice.
But yeah, it was chaotic. We're like, we're not driving down here. But luckily, the street we parked on, right if you went like the other way, and we
Mm-hmm.
almost didn't notice it. There was a roundabout that went, and then we like took it, and we went along and followed some other cars
Mm-hmm.
that were going through. And luckily, we got out without getting too much traffic. But then on the way home, we got on traffic with from another place that was doing fireworks,
Oh,
another city. So, anyways, it is what it is. But yeah, it was very fun. Um, but it's weird. There were some things during the weekend.
mm-hmm.
A lot of towns did fireworks on the 13th instead of the 14th.
Mm.
And apparently that's a normal thing to do, which I guess makes sense because it was a Saturday.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm like, it's a holiday.
Yeah, because you had Monday off, right?
No,
No, he didn't.
We didn't have Monday off, but apparently it's normal to do it the day before too,
Oh,
on the 13th. That's what Hugo said at least.
interesting.
So I don't know. I think he said that it's for the places that aren't doing as big of fireworks because people won't come or something
Ah,
I, I don't know.
so they're
Or
trying.
to get people to come
Yeah. So they.
spread it out.
Yeah.
It's a
Makes
little
sense.
odd. And then weird thing, no one's dressed up in red, white, and blue, which are the
Really?
French colors as well.
Hmm. No Uncle
They
Sam
have
yet or nothing, huh?
no,
Hmm.
no flags. No, like the
But
castle that we saw the fireworks over,
yeah.
they turned it red, white, and blue. Like they had lights, like right before the firework thing
Okay.
started,
Yeah.
and right after it ended. That was it. Even the fireworks, they were really pretty, but it's not like they were like extra patriotic or whatever.
Yeah.
There was no "Yay France, we love France, go."
The French, the French flag really isn't
It's
prominent.
boring.
Isn't prominent in France.
It is.
Is it? That's.
Yeah.
We
And
were Brittany for the whole time. The Brittany flag was much more prominent than the French
the
flag.
Britney flag is that's when Lena was like, "Wow, you guys have a lot more of like the American flag than we do in France." I'm like, I come here, I'm like, "Well, yeah, because you have the Britney flag everywhere."
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you
and
guys
it's
are
kind of
way
like
more
that in
proud to
Texas.
be
In
Britney.
Texas, you have the Texas flag is everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
You
I'm
know,
like, okay, this is
it's. I mean,
you can't say anything because
you
it's a Britney thing.
you
Like,
fly, but you fly. Like in all the around
yeah,
most of the time you'll see both. But yeah, where the Washington flag is nobody flies the Washington flag except
it's
for the cap.
boring. Yeah.
You know,
Um.
few city
No.
buildings
So
counting stuff, but nobody wants to fly the
you
Washington flag.
see you see the French flag at ports and things like
Yeah.
that. You see the French flag around. You'll see it weirdly on like big like the only like American patriotic like thing that I see that they do here that's just like, okay, cowboy, like calm down, is the delivery trucks. The big delivery, like the overnight, those
Oh yeah.
big trucks, they'll have like light up French flags. It'll go boop 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 like and like or like it'll say France in like big letters,
Okay.
like LED sign kind of
So
style.
the truckers are patriotic. Is that what you're
Well, truckers are quite
saying?
patriotic,
Viva la France.
weirdly enough. Yeah.
There we go.
But and then Britannia, they're very patriotic about being Britannia. But yeah, I had like an outfit all laid out that was a little patriotic. It was also too warm to wear, so I didn't wear it. But
Yeah.
um and then all there was fireworks. Everybody just came. A lot of people like got drinks before,
Hmm.
or like ice cream or something. I'm sure a lot of people like did stuff together as a family. But
Right.
Hugo's mom was working that night,
Oh,
and his family wasn't doing anything. So we just hung out and waited. We
nice.
sat and waited for the fireworks, and people watched um, because you see a lot when you sit for 2 hours and wait for fireworks. There was like a group, like I don't know, probably like an hour before, like this big group of unhealthy looking adults,
Hmm.
is the best way to kindly describe them, wobbling and say like give a ton of grief because they showed up an hour beforehand, and I guess too many young people showed up 2 to 3 hours or more beforehand, and that it was outrageous that they were sitting and they weren't giving up their spots to
Oh.
older people. They could not have been more than like 50 or 60. Um, but very, you could tell by the way they live, they're very unhealthy. You could tell they're like heavy smokers, like you could smell it off of them. Anyways, and they got a few other people. They're like, oh my gosh, all these kids, how dare they be sitting down? Mind you, there were like it's at a port. We were at a port, and so
Right.
there's the wall that's around the port that
Hmm.
most everybody's sitting on. Hugo and I were sitting on the ground, and we had a blanket, and there's four like lawn chairs that are made to be like sit down, and they're kind of bigger. They could probably fit two people. And then there's like a few spots that you could tell were kind of made for people to rest, like big
Hmm.
benches and stuff. But really, there were probably there easily could have been 1,000 people there. Not
Right.
everybody was gonna sit, and if you wanted to sit, bring a chair or bring a blanket, or come 2 3 hours. Because even 2 hours beforehand, there was no place to sit. Well, that's
Right.
why we sat on the ground, which is fine. So, anyways, it was just you could see the best and the worst of people. There was a group, and it was this like woman and dad, like a mom and dad figure, and
Right.
like had like four kids, toddler, and then like three teenagers, huge age gap kind of. And the teenager like comes in with a cup of wine and an entire bottle of rosé. And I look at Hugo and I'm like, there's no way he's of age, even here in France. I was like, there's just no way. He's like, yeah, that's kind of a lot. And then later, we hear the mom like yelling at the dad because the dad wants to leave the wine there. And he's like, oh no, I'm just going to smoke. It's fine. I'll leave the wine here. It was just, there was a lot of characters.
Oh my gosh.
So we tried to read for the 2 hours. And I think I read maybe 4 pages, and I think Hugo maybe read like three. I don't, five maybe. I was too fascinated by everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Hugo played peekaboo with a little toddler from like 20 feet away.
Oh,
We had a great time. It was a blast. So, anyways, yeah, that was the
that's fun.
holiday. It was fun. It was
Okay.
cool. I think we might have gone out for a drink or something afterwards, but Hugo is now. We're trying to wake up at 5:30 ish here.
Okay.
Hugo's leaving at 6:30, and so, and it was already 11:30, and we didn't get home until after 1. I don't think.
Okay.
So, we did not go out after, but I think a lot of people do. I'm
Right.
not sure what else people do on Independence Day
Hmm.
here. It was
No,
kind of boring.
not a lot. We're pulling out the big barbecues and
No.
no pulled pork, ribs.
Big barbecues are like this big.
Sad. Sad. Sad.
Disappointing.
So, well, good. Well, let's see. We just recovered over the weekend. I think we went out to friends. We went out to Scott's Sunday night.
Uh
And,
huh.
fun. That was fun. So, and then I don't remember what we did on Saturday. I don't remember.
Gardening? Did mom say she did gardening?
I don't remember.
Oh,
Oh,
didn't you? Did you go over to Grammy and Papa's?
that's right. We went. It was Grammy's birthday.
Yes, it was.
So yeah, went to the Fox Farm, did yoga, of course, and also worked out. And then I went.
Nice. Wow.
I'm behind on my workouts because camp. Behind on my
Yep.
workouts. So, but
Okay, should we transition to talking about working out? Because I'm getting back into working out, and so I
oh
feel like it's kind of on my mind. I'm going to work out after this too. So,
wow,
um, unless we have anything else of interest to talk about.
no, not so
Okay,
much.
cool. Um, can I go? Can I go grab my workout book?
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Okay. So I think that I figured out a routine for Hugo and I
Oh,
for
cool.
legs.
Oh, okay.
We did a leg workout, and it was a half workout of what I used to do.
Right,
But the weights here are just different. Like
right,
all the machines and stuff are different, and so, and also I don't feel like because with you guys, I started working out like an hour and a half every single time.
hmm,
Sometimes if we did cardio, it'd be 2 hours. Sometimes with cardio, it'd be an hour and a half.
hmm.
Anyway, so I felt like I had really good, what's that word? Perseverance, the momentum. I don't
Stamina, stamina.
stamina. That's the word. I'm like, what? It's one of those. Anyways, I feel like I've probably lost that.
Right.
Anyways, I'm happy we didn't do any more because all weekend we were limping around and I felt like a grandmother.
Mm.
Um, it would have been bad if we did any more. I don't think we would have made it to the campsite. It was bad.
Yeah.
I was still sore yesterday and the workout was Friday.
Wow.
So
That's a
it
good
was,
workout.
I haven't been that sore for my leg. I think I maybe have once or twice. I think it's like the second or tied for the first most sore I've ever been.
Wow. Nice.
Anyways, so I feel like I have legs figured out.
Hmm.
Kind of like a more glute focused one and a more hamstring,
Right.
like front and back is kind of like
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like yeah. Um kind of more of like a squat day and a not squat day, kind of like
Right.
kind of thing, right?
So are you doing
And
squats for legs?
we are going to start, yeah. So we're gonna start doing squats and deadlifts.
Have, yeah, have watch a couple quick videos on doing the squats and deadlifts.
Okay.
They're not
I'm doing this
complicated, but
Smith
you just
machine.
want some key things to make sure that you're
Yeah.
because I mean you starting out you're not bad. You're not gonna hurt yourself on low weights, but as you get heavier, you can be
Yeah.
a bit more bracing the core and um, making sure you keep that bar path kind of straight and
Yeah. I'm
arms
more
and
worried
but
the harder because I with both squat and with the deadlifts,
hmm
I feel like I have really good form from when I had my trainer.
yeah
And I know what it like when I have good form, it clicks. Like I know what
yeah
feels right.
feels right yeah
But it's hard to show Hugo because I don't actually know. I know what feels right for my body. I know what it like
yeah
if I do it, I know what it feels like.
yeah
But I'm having a hard time like showing Hugo how to do those
right
things.
right.
And so
You can
I
you can do just some quick YouTube videos even in the
I think
short
that's
section.
a good idea. Yeah.
They'll just go through and just some quick things. It shouldn't people make a big deal out of those, and especially when you're starting out, you're using light enough weight. People people really don't hurt themselves that much doing those things.
Right.
When you're getting into you know 500-600 pounds, people do, but
Yeah.
usually they've done other things. So
Right.
but yeah, those are good. Those big ones are good because they move a lot of muscle. You're using a
Yeah.
lot of muscles, and it's big movement. It's real efficient for getting in shape. So anyway, I'm a fan.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to do I wish that we could do deadlifts with the Smith machine, but the
Hmm.
way that the Smith machine is set up at our gym, the locks keep
Hmm.
it where it doesn't go like below like knee level or it's like
Right.
shin level.
You don't need the Smith
It's like
machine for deadlifts.
I know, it's just it would be easier.
Yeah.
It's
Just
like one less place to go and find space.
yeah.
Like, if that makes sense, it's like,
Right.
"Okay, well, we're already here, let's load on more weight and then doing it." But, luckily, there's lots of bars at our gym. There's just not a lot of space
Yeah.
for deadlifts. There's a lot of bars, but, I mean, you saw. So you kinda have to use, like, the squat space.
Right.
And so I think that the what we're gonna do is whenever I think we're gonna try to make sure we do legs like on Fridays,
Hmm.
and do, but I'm not sure, because right now we're only going like twice a week, so it's
Hmm.
kind of hard to like, I don't know. Anyways, um, but I think then the Friday, if we go on Fridays, it'll be earlier in the day,
Hmm.
and so there will be less people, so
Okay.
it's not gonna be like after work time. So I think it'll be a little bit easier. But when it's really busy, there's not room to do deadlifts. Um, there's just because there'll be like so there's for people if anyone else is still listening to this, I don't know. Who knows? There's basically like three squat racks that are all put together, and
Right.
that's the only space that you have to do free weights and deadlifts and squats
Right.
if you do them at the machine at the bar,
Right.
and not the Smith machine. And so there's another space that you can kind of do free weights.
Hmm.
Um, if it's not busy, but it's not really if you do a deadlift there, you take up the entire half of the room
Right.
and you're in front of like four different machines. So we've tried doing that before and we were in people's way.
Right.
So, and then you're more concerned with that than like working out. Anyways, our I don't know, you were there. Our gym's like really weird.
It
It's
is.
like a ton of rooms stuck together.
Yeah. It's like in a small apartment building that you go into
They
all
took
these
off all the
different little
doors.
rooms. It's upstairs, downstairs, all around.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, you go in and then there's like a big room in the front and then you go up the stairs, it's cardio. And then there's a room on the cardio hallway basically, like a big corridor.
Yeah.
There's one room that's like just an open room that they use for classes and boxing. And then you go down and then
I
there's
didn't even
two
see that room.
rooms.
I didn't even see that room.
I know I didn't do a very good job giving you a tour. I was kind of
No, that's okay.
focused and then we kind of left.
That's okay. Yeah, I didn't
But
know there's a cardio or a classroom.
yeah. And then there's two rooms. One of them you go up, and I think the other one you go down a little bit.
Yeah.
You go like up, and then there's a ton of machines, are like a lot of the pulley machines,
Yeah.
um, and then the Smith machine, everything. And then there's the other room has like abs, more bicep machines, and legs. And then, but in the pulley one, you go in, it's a big room, and then you can go down the stairs and then over. And then there's like this big room that's all cement, it smells disgusting. And that's where like the free weights and the squats are.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's like this big room. You're already going downstairs. Then you go like upstairs and there's like one area, and then you can go through another room into like this back area. And there's like then you can go up two stairs and like there's another area with like a wall. Like it is just
Yeah.
the most
It's
what
amazing.
is happening gym. It's a really what I want to know what this building was before. It's really weird.
It's probably 1,000
Um,
years old. It's probably been 100 different things. Christmas.
yeah, I when they built it, they were not imagining it to be a sweaty gym.
Yeah.
Um,
It was
anyways,
definitely not built for to be a gym. There was no inkling that we're gonna make a gym for this building. No,
yes.
it's
Did I
kind of
even show you the locker
different.
rooms?
No, we did not go in the locker rooms.
I really did a horrible job showing
Oh
it to
wait,
you. I don't know why.
I went into the bathroom.
You went to the bathroom, but not the
That's
locker
not the
room.
locker room.
No, no, no. There's a big locker room and it's both genders. So there's big changing rooms. I've barely been in the locker room. I haven't even like seen the showers yet. I never go in the locker room. Um anyways. Yeah, it's a weird gym. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out I don't really have a good arm workout.
Oh, okay.
Um I just kind of do things
Right. So
and I need help figuring out.
right.
I've always struggled with arms because um, I really have a hard time figuring out the difference between pull and push. And I
Right.
know it's you're pulling and you're pushing, but I really I like do it and I have to physically like do the workout to be like,
Right.
oh no, I'm
I'm
pulling.
pulling now.
Okay, I'm pushing. Like and like when I have Hugo there with me, I'm like, I can't go, okay, I'm gonna sit down and figure out whether this is a pull or a push. Like I don't know. I can't figure it out in my head. So I have to have it like
Right. So, uh, so your classic, your kind of uh, push is your classic bench press. You're laying on your back,
right.
kind of starting there. That's kind of your basic push, and then your
Mhm.
basic pull is like your rows. Um,
Right.
so you're kind of, um, I don't know. That's kind of where I kind of start my brain is, you know, the push workouts are you're doing
So
your
would a good pull workout be like the triangle, like the rope thing and you pull? Like that's more triceps?
that's triceps, yeah.
Okay, so but
That would be pulling.
when do you do biceps?
That would, uh, Biceps, triceps usually together.
Okay, so it's biceps, triceps, so
Pull.
that's all pull.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's when I start to get confused is like these motions.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not pulling or pushing. I'm lifting.
You're lifting things up. Um,
Okay. Okay, so buy and try, and then push is back,
push is back.
right?
Push you doing your
Like
pecs.
shoulders.
Your
Oh,
pecs.
it's chest.
Chest.
What's back?
But pull. You're pulling into
So
the back.
pull is everything except for chest.
Yeah, so your push.
No wonder I like pulling back. I
Yeah.
always feel like I end up in like some sort of pull workout whenever I'm with you. I feel like you're always like, "Okay, Lindsay, that's not what we're doing today."
Yeah. Um,
So,
and you
what
can
are
do
other things to do for push?
for push. So you got your
Mhm.
bench press. You can do flat, um, laying on your back. You can go on an incline where 45, or you can do a seated press. And that's your
Okay.
shoulders.
Right.
Um, you can do uh, so you can do your crossover. You can do like pulling on the cables, cross, with the
Oh,
bench
so like
machine. If you can get both
that's
cables,
pulling.
that's
That's pulling.
uh, you're
Just saying.
you're in that chest muscle. It is
The
pulling.
Samson.
Yeah, you are pulling, but
Okay.
you're doing that chest.
But and then the other one, like the one that's like this one, the like the salute
Yeah, that
one
would
where
be
you're pulling.
if you're pulling down, but if you're going up, that would be your shoulders. So you could
Okay.
do that with your chest though too.
Okay.
And you could do, if you want to switch up, you could do your tries with your chest day, your tricep
Hmm.
with those cables. You push down like you were saying with the.
What about lats? Would it be crazy to do lats on both days? Because I feel like my lats are so weak. Like
Hmm.
the ones I have to do with like 5 pounds.
That's your shoulders. You're bringing it
Is that
up,
shoulders?
bringing that up.
Yeah, like the ones where you're going like just up.
That's your shoulders.
Okay. Would it be weird to do that on like both days?
Um, yeah, if you're going that far apart, you could probably do both days. So one of the
Okay.
things you want to do is you don't want to be working out um, fatigued muscles,
Okay.
um, because you're not. Um, it's not doing a lot. It's the benefit you get from working out a fatigued muscle is almost none
Okay.
from what I'm studying. So if you work a muscle super hard and then 2 days later you go back at that muscle, it's not receiving as the benefits from it. It is,
You
but
want to
it's
do like more
percentage
restorative
wise.
things like stretching
Yeah,
and drinking water and walking.
yeah,
Like more restorative things. So like if my legs were like let's say it was Sunday and my legs were still sore,
yeah. Your legs
going
are
back
still
and doing
dead.
anything legs, it wouldn't be a good idea.
The
Okay, so
benefit,
that's a good thing to know.
it's not so much that you're like, oh, I'm gonna blow it out and hurt it. You're just for the effort that you're putting in,
You're not getting
you're not
anything.
getting a
That's
reward.
my thing right now with working. Like, if I'm working out, I want to see results. I'm not just working out to work out. It's fun, but I'm not working out for nothing. I want to work out. I want to like change my body.
Right.
I don't. So I want to be. Those are the kind of things I want to know. But it also makes sense. And I think it is easy to get into. It'd be like, well, whatever. I'll just keep working out.
Right. Well, and there's a certain amount of that too. You know, the that you're going and doing it. You're putting in your
Right.
calendar and you're getting it done twice a week, 5 times a week, 7 days a week, whatever, once a week.
Yeah.
That it's has that routine because a certain amount of consistency is good too. If you work out once and you don't go back for 3 weeks, well, your body's like, eh. So,
Yeah.
because so the thing I've just been doing some reading and a lot of watching videos
Right.
is basic. Your body is designed. is is your body is thinking surviving the apocalypse all the time. So and that's why, so you crave salty, fatty foods, right?
Right.
If you're like, if you just have the 12-year-old mindset, not an adult mindset at all, you just eat what you want to eat, you're going to eat salty, fatty foods because your body is kind
Right.
of programmed to survive. And those are great survival foods. If you're drinking,
Right.
carbohydrates, um, salty, fatty stuff, that'll get you through the day.
Right.
That'll get you through the next couple hours. It's
Yeah.
not going to get you through life. Your body is like, I'm going to survive the apocalypse. If, um, if you're not, your cells are looking at, to sustain your body, muscle
Hmm.
costs more body energy wise than fat. So it
Right.
technically, it will want to burn. It'll want to turn the muscle into fat and burn it. Basically, burn off the muscle because it takes
Hmm.
less energy to support it. But it's in survival mode. So if you're using those muscles, then
Hmm.
it'll then it'll then it'll support those muscles because it knows, okay, in an apocalypse, I need to be able to run. If I'm running, I
Right.
need to be able to run fast. If I'm lifting, I need to be able to lift a lot. So it'll build those things up, but only if you're using them on a regular basis. So if you're not, then it goes, we don't need muscle because muscle is expensive. It's like having a
Right.
Porsche or a little subcompact. You drive around in that Porsche, it's sucking up the gasoline. You're driving around in a little subcompact, even though it's kind of a weird analogy because
Right.
fat is fat, but it's better fuel economy basically than
Hmm.
muscle, the V8 engine, roar. So
Right.
it's like, yeah, we don't want to support this muscle. It's taking too much energy if you're not
Right.
using. So, and that's why um, it's real hard to lose fat and build muscle because your body's like confused. So um, you'll you'll build muscle up and you'll build fat with that.
Okay.
You can Then it's tricky
Hmm.
keep the muscle and then lose the fat. But you can't,
Yeah.
basically you can't be building muscle and burning fat at the same time. It's just
Hmm.
trying to change those percentages. Generally, you can keep it. You can change the percentage, so you can build muscle and lower your
Right.
body fat percentage. But you're not actually. If you go pound for pound, generally your fat is actually creeping up because
Hmm.
all your body weight is creeping up total, but percentage wise.
Right.
So anyway, it's a crazy thing, but it's interesting how your body is just um, even in the best of times, your body is thinking we're going to survive the apocalypse. We're ready to
Yeah.
we're ready to hunker down and we're going to make it for the next 48 hours, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's not your body chemically wise is not thinking, okay, I want to be healthy, strong. Where you
Hmm.
kind of think your body's like, we need to be, you know, ready to run and kill things. Track down that wild animal and kill it. But it's not. It's just made to like hunker down and survive the worst event ever, kind of a thing.
Right.
So you're fighting you're you're fighting your chemical instincts, like, all the time
Yeah.
to be.
Interesting.
It's really, I
Huh.
don't know. That's kind of, it's not what I'm studying, but it seems to be the common theme of all the stuff I am studying. It's like,
Right.
wow, it's really kind of interesting. So anyway,
Yeah. Nice.
um, but yeah, well, a lot of what I'm looking at, working working on fatigue muscles is not not beneficial
Okay. That's good to
building
know.
building muscles. So um, it's a
Yeah.
matter of, as you get more, but how hard do you, not how hard do you, well, it is how hard do you work. how fatigued do you get that muscle?
Mhm.
Where's the balance of you got to fatigue the muscle to get it stronger, but if you overdo it, now you've taken
Right.
too long and you can't work that out again.
Yeah.
So it's that how how many exercises do you do on each muscle? How far do you go? Um, so it's kind of interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
not for anybody but me, but it's interesting.
I think it's interesting when you're doing it.
Yeah,
I think, like you get into it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying a new routine. I'm just going to see how it works out. But in the mornings, I either want to go on a walk, or go to the gym.
hmm
With the idea that, like, there's 2 days a week, Hugo and I are going to the gym together. And so on those days, doing a walk in the morning, and not a long walk. I just want to, like, get out and move my body in the morning.
sure.
And so I want to keep that kind of thing in mind, because I don't want to be working. I'm not going to go to the gym every day, especially
Yeah.
when I'm starting out.
So
And
so
sometimes when I go to the gym, I might just do cardio, or I might just do abs and
right.
then leave. Like, I just want to, like, get up
So
and move my body right away
so
first thing.
here's something to think about.
Hmm.
There's a lot of studies happening. A lot of people are um, doing what they're calling rucking, which is walking with weight. So you
Mm.
put just weight in your backpack. Fill in the
Mm-hmm.
backpack, throw 10, 10 pounds in there.
Right.
Um, you know, you start out with,
Right.
maybe you just walk, but you walk a lot. So maybe you just throw a couple cans of beans or something, a couple cans,
Right.
whatever, and do your walk even, you know, and so the some people are saying that the health benefits of that are better than the running. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, with once you get weight, so a lot of people are going higher percentage of their body weight than just a
Right.
pounds. So like 40 pounds is would be pretty common for somebody my size. Um,
Right.
where you're doing that kind of thing, and you're so they're saying walking, you're not burning very many calories really. You could be
Right.
but you're not burning that many calories. But where if you're rucking, you wind up burning like 3 times as many calories, and it's building and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Um, so it's something to think about if you're going to do walking.
Okay.
Grab your backpack, throw a little bit of weight in there, and just what's comfortable. Don't use not
Yeah.
first day.
Build
You
up
want
a
to do
little
that?
bit. Yeah, I might do that.
I just pulled my ears out. Can't hear you.
Oh no.
But
Okay. Well, no,
the
that helps. And, like, thank you for helping me figure out, because I just need it, like, I want it written down, and I, like, did a few notes, so I'll try it out. But I need just, like, a written out arm workout, or upper body workout, two different ones, and I want two different leg ones, and I just want to alternate them, and I just want to do, like, a workout, because I get so overwhelmed.
yeah,
It's really, and I told you this before, it would be really easy for me every single time I went to the gym if I had the energy just to keep working out. You look so ridiculous right
I know you're only
now.
coming out of
Just
one ear. It's really weirding me
right, yeah. There you
out.
go. But yeah, just to work out, like, as much as I energy as I have, and just to keep going and keep going and keep going, because I get so, oh, I could do this, oh, I could do this, oh, I could do this.
Yeah,
And I don't focus on one thing,
yeah,
and it's too all over the place. And so and I was kind of waiting and thinking, oh, I'll pick up my old routine, I'll kind of adjust it, and then I'll write something down.
right.
But because I kept playing with different machines, and also I haven't been there consistently at all. And so
Yeah,
I just feel like I'm, like, almost starting all over, just, like, with a little bit more knowledge.
yeah.
But still, it feels like I'm starting all over.
Well, and it's fine to just go and do, just go in and go. Well, I'm just gonna work arms. So I'm just gonna hit what's open and do that, and
Right.
that's great, and it fatigues the muscle and does all that kind of stuff. the advantage of having a set routine is you can see the progress. So
That's what
it's
I need. Yeah.
it's less on, oh, I feel like okay on this I'll do 20 pounds, and then you don't know 3 weeks from now, are you stronger? Um,
Hmm.
where if you're doing the same, so if you're doing squats, you know you're going down below parallel, you're going to the same depth every time. You know, 1 week to the next, am I stronger? Or I'm
Hmm.
not stronger. Why am I not stronger today? Did I not sleep
Yeah.
well, eat well, or whatever? And you can kind of so. Um,
Well, and also for me, like I could do tons of things, but
mhm,
with the mindset of going all over the place, I
mhm.
never feel like I'm done and I never feel satisfied.
Yeah,
I'm always like, well, that was a crappy workout.
yeah,
Where if I have a list, even if I do like, I mean, sometimes those workouts that I'll do, if I have a lot of energy, I'll work out like twice as much as I'll do on these like written out workouts.
yeah,
But at the end, I don't feel like I did anything.
yeah.
Whereas if I have it written down and I see that progress,
Hmm.
and also I like going to the gym and like just not using my mind and
Right.
just going.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about going to the gym.
Not having
It's
to think
not
about it as
having
much.
to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you want to, so when you're doing those exercises so on each set, you want to be going to the point where you're really pretty worn out at the end, where you're like, okay,
Yeah.
that's about all I can do. Not to failure, but within a few sets of failure. So, and then
Hmm.
you rest. That's why you take your time in between. You take your minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then you're like, okay, the lactic acid has gone away. We can do another 10 sets of those, or 10 reps of those, and going.
Yeah.
Um, and then you're fatiguing that muscle, and then let it bounce back. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the idea. But yeah, it's easier if you have a plan. If you know, okay, I'm doing this, this, and this. You know how fatigued you can actually get.
Yeah.
You could just do, um, you know. So it's a matter of you're stressing the muscles, but you're also stressing your nervous system. So,
Yeah.
uh, and that's part of what the recovery and all that kind of thing is. In between each set and all that stuff is all about. A lot of mom's watering. Um, yeah, it's just there's a lot going on, there. It's really interesting. So
Yeah. Well, it's cool you're getting into it and you're getting more knowledge because you do it so much.
yeah,
How close are you to your 1,000 pound goal?
so I'm in a different stage right now. So
Okay.
I'm building muscle, but I'm not at those maximum weights. So I've kind of
Okay.
started. So it kind of you where I'm at now is you go through a progression, and so you're going up, 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 and then you take um, time where you do less, so you're letting all the muscles uh, repair, and then you
Right.
go, and so maybe you don't start where you left off, you start maybe a little lower, and then build up
Right.
its little steps. So I'm kind of in
Mhm.
a lower step where it's uh, building a little bit differently. So I'm lighter on the weights right now. Um,
Okay.
so this system I'm doing the last week was you do 3 or 4 sets of the major exercise, and then
Right.
the fourth or fifth set you're doing as many as you can till you can't do anymore.
Wow.
So I did,
Oh yeah, because that's why you did like 26 or something of
did
that, of like
21.
squats or
Yeah,
something.
so we did the squats at 235 pounds, 25 or 21 of them. What I did. So it was,
Yeah,
um,
or something like that.
yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
so it you go into failure basically. So where you like, if I go down again, So that kind of thing where you're kind of in that, and part of it is seeing where you're at, I think,
Yeah.
and then building from there. So that I'm doing an app, and it's using AI to uh, adjust. So it even adjusts as
Of
you
course
go.
it is.
It even adjusts, which I didn't realize because I'm like looking at this plan on my computer, and it's like, or on my phone, it's like, okay, so you're gonna do this weight for this time, and then you do it, and then you look, and you're like, it and like I misentered something the other day, and it deleted stuff. I was supposed to do two sets, and it's like, nope, you're just doing one. We're not doing two today. Like, where'd it go? I'm fine. I'm fine, but it wouldn't let me add it in back in. So
Oh,
I did it anyway. I just couldn't put it into the phone. So whatever. But
that's funny though.
yeah, it's just it's interesting because it's like a trainer sitting there adjusting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of in a different. But the interesting thing is on that 21 set because it estimates what your one rep maximum be. If you could do 21 sets of 235 pounds, you
Right.
technically should be able to do X. And it said that I should be able to do 530 pounds that are a squat, or no, yeah, squat. Like, yeah, right. No way. But
Yeah, I don't know
but
about that.
I also didn't think I could do 21. I was working with
It's
the trainer, and
true.
he's like, what do you think you can do for your max set, Henry? That's enough. What do you think you can do for your max set? And I'm like, I don't know. It's pretty rough. Maybe 10, maybe 9 or 10. He's like, you can get 15. And I'm like, 15's a lot. That's just a lot. He said, I think you can 15. And so we started, and somebody came up and was trying to ask him questions while we were doing it. So I counted up. I was at 6, and then I started losing count, and he's counting, and somebody's trying to interrupt him, and I'm just like trying to focus, just go, go, go. And I totally lost count. I'm like, I know I'm over 15, but then I'd get to the last one. I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm just like hanging on the bar, and I'm like, so where were we? He goes, 21. I'm like, no way. That's it.
That's crazy.
He was
I
like,
remember getting that text and I was like, I had to look at it because you said, oh, by the way, that's not a glitch because you sent it to the group chat and you're trying to flex.
I
And I
was
was like, okay, I
flexing.
gotta see what
That's
this
it was
number is. It
impressive.
looks like a glitch.
Well,
And I
in
was
the
like,
strong app, it's
there's
real easy
no
to
way.
get to 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 fat finger the numbers and not realize
Right.
any of like I did 462 sets, or reps on the last set, and it's like
Right.
that's you know
Yeah,
it, and you're like, okay, you didn't do that, but I was like, no, I
exactly.
really did 21. That's a lot.
It's
So
crazy.
it was definitely a brag, no question about
Oh,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was bragging, but so that's where it's at now is so I'm trying to get those numbers up, but in a
Makes
different
sense.
way than um just throwing more weight on the bar each time. So
Yeah.
trying to build trying to build more muscle, not just stronger muscle, but more muscle right now. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm not eating as much as I need to be eating, so that's the
Yeah.
that's
That's what I'm going to start having trouble with is I think I'm going to start doing a protein shake every day that I work out.
yeah,
But even with that, like, I don't, it's just, we don't do as much protein here. It's just different.
right.
So, anyways, I don't know. We'll see. I need to start tracking it again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's hard. It's
more
hard to
math.
keep that all together. So,
Yeah.
uh, but if you're lifting the weights, you're going to change your body. You
Yeah.
change your body. Um, you know, and especially for Hugo, each time he does those big lifts, squats and deadlifts, just add 5 pounds every time, every day, wherever he's at. You should be able to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you
Okay.
2.5 pounds, but
Yeah.
5 pounds, 5 pounds
Okay.
each, each time just had 5 pounds. Uh,
What I'm trying to do for him diet wise is he needs more carbs,
yeah.
loading him up. Like all of his lunches, I'm just like adding in more pasta, more rice, more.
Well,
Because
yeah.
if it's on his plate, he will eat it. It's just putting
Yeah.
it in front of him. I need to. I don't need more carbs in my diet, but
Right.
he's lost weight since we've gotten married.
Has he?
Yeah. His whole family thinks he's broken. He thinks it's the new job. I kind of agree. And also
Yeah.
I wasn't there for a little while, so I don't think he was eating as well as he
Yeah.
maybe felt like he was
Well,
when he was
he's
alone.
he's in that, you know, when you're in your 20s, you're in that superhuman setup. You're doing, no matter what you do, you can, if you're moving,
Yeah.
you know, young 20-year-old guys are going to gain, are going to be slim and gain muscle.
Yeah.
Their
It's just
bodies
keeping up
their
good habits.
their bodies are, no matter what you do, it's putting on muscle. Um, and then you get into your 30s and it starts to change, but slowly. But it's a different,
Yeah.
like they'll say, um, with guys his age working out, drink a gallon of milk a day. You know,
Oh, really? Wow.
just like because the fat, you can the
Right.
fat and all, you just like drink a gallon of milk a day. You can have, you know, you know, chicken, rice, milk. Boom. There's your weightlifter diet for young guys.
Right. We have a friend who at church who works out a lot and is
Right.
very into sports. And he tells
Henry.
us that he just has chicken and rice like every day.
Chicken rice is the bodybuilder weightlifter diet. Chicken
Yeah.
breast, rice, every day, all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it's
Did Henry mute you? It's all Henry's fault, people. Maybe Dofer. We can blame Dofer. Action.
I lost power to the roadcaster. I don't know what
There you go.
happened.
You're back.
I'm back. I lost power to the roadcaster. I don't know. And I just pulled my ears out again. Ah, we
Oh,
are we're falling apart here. We're
we
absolutely
really
falling
are.
apart. So yeah, I don't
Uh,
know. Something happened. The dogs did something, and yeah, we lost. We lost
all
it.
the dog's fault.
So anyway, so that's it's interesting, the whole body
Yeah.
building muscle thing. So,
No, it's
and why,
yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
interesting why you would think you would think our bodies would want to be lean and strong, but they don't,
No.
because
No.
you can survive a lot. You can survive longer on fat than you can on muscle if you're not doing anything. So you're not eating
Yeah.
anything, or eating very
Yeah.
little. So it's interesting. But anyway,
I can
so
see the shadows of the dogs playing on the ceiling.
okay. They are roughing back there.
They are roughing back
Well,
there.
Henry's up on the, or Dofer's up on the couch. Let's
Oh, yep. That's he likes to have the high ground.
yeah,
Your microphone's in the way.
you can see. There we
Oh, look at the two babies.
go. Yeah.
6 weeks
6 weeks?
ish, I think.
Oh my gosh.
31 weekdays.
I have to make the deposit today for the venue, or the second deposit for the venue today, and
Nice.
started the coasters last night.
Nice. Yeah, I saw the coasters. The coasters look nice.
Yeah, so
Very pretty.
it'll be here before we know it. Before we
It
know it.
really will.
So I don't know.
And you have a new family member coming. Another dog. No, I'm kidding. Martina.
Yeah, yeah. We've got Martinez coming. I was just looking to see if I had.
Our family is growing.
Yeah. So.
And we're going to throw her in with the wolves. Literally, we're having a wedding 2 weeks after she gets here. It's crazy.
It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts for everybody. That first bit is gonna be.
Yeah. She's gonna be so bored. Also, those headphones are not working for you today.
Yeah. Well, it's this chair, and I don't know. I need to move back to my office. Now that camp is over, I'll move back to the office. That's gonna fall out. There we
go. Okay, I think we should go ahead and wrap it up.
This up before this train completely falls.
Oh my god!
So
hope, if anyone is still listening, hope you guys enjoyed your little education about working out from Mr. Robley.
From people that have absolutely no qualifications to talk about working out.
Exactly.
So take that down. And
you have some qualifications. You're technically a certified yoga teacher.
Yeah.
That is your qualification.
I have, yes.
That's enough for social media, Dad.
Perfect.
You're an expert in all things muscles.
There you go. Absolutely perfect. All right. So
Bye,
we'll play the outro. See you later.